It all has to do with what you believe you are. I'm not talking about names. I'm not talking about labels. I'm not talking about anything conceptual, right? I'm not even really talking about the physical, you know, like because we have these bodies, and these bodies are a collection and an accumulation of thoughts and feelings, okay? Material and immaterial. That's like the body, you know? And so if you believe you are your body, right? If you believe you are the feelings in your body, then your well being will be dictated on whether you feel good or whether you feel bad. Okay. So if you believe you are your thoughts or your beliefs, right? Then depending on what happens in your life on a conceptual level, you will be okay or not okay, right? Like the body's capacity to experience and live in joy. Like if I am my body, like this is who I am, right? And I believe I'm concretely this thing. And my capacity to experience joy is going to be limited. Like it's going to be dependent on everything lining up perfectly outside of me. Like everything I believe should happen happens, and I'm doing things that make me feel good all the time. Right? Those are the limits of this body. But we have another dimension to our being, right? So some people call it consciousness, some people call it energy, some people call it life, some people call it spirit, some people, you know, call it whatever. It's all of those things. Like it's all of those things. If you call it any one of those things, you're calling it all of those things. Like like what is our spirit, right? So, and why are all those things the same? Okay, so I have to eat food to live. But if I don't eat food, I still am alive. My body might start to die, but there's a greater part of me that can feel good and be happy even when I don't feel good. When I'm dying, when I am actively killing myself by denying myself of food, right? There's another part of me that can shine and be happy. So this is the part that we're talking about, right? It's energy, it's heat, it's light from the sun, right? Like the sun makes all things live. The energy, the heat, the light, that makes things live. And when you shine a light on something, you're bringing awareness to it. Like when the planet Earth spins, and then when the side of the planet Earth is away from the sun, it's living in its own shadow, right? That side of the planet, it's in its own shadow. It doesn't have access to the sun. You can't see anything. It's dark. It's night. That's why we all sleep. We all sleep in darkness because we're supposed to live in the light, right? If it stopped moving, if the planet Earth stopped rotating, everything on that side of the Earth would die. It'd become cold. It'd become dark. Nobody could live over there. Nothing could live over there, right? So light is consciousness because it allows us all to bear witness of the things that are happening. Like it is energy, it is life, it is spirit. You know, in the religious world, when a person identifies with spirit, it's the part of them that's going to live forever, right? I will die. This body will die. Planet Earth will die. Light will shine forever. Light will shine forever. And things need to exist so the light can reflect off of them and give them an image, bring them into existence, you see? But see, it all has to do with what we identify as, what we believe we are. Now, like, since this is finite and we're talking about light, which is infinite, right? I mean, we all choose infinite, right? Like, what do you want, $10 or do you want $1 billion? I want $1 billion. You see what I'm saying? $10, I mean, that doesn't go far. That's very finite. That's not going to allow me to live, very long. But $1 billion, I mean, if I had $1 billion, right, I could live forever, right? Because it's infinite. We all want that. We all want it. But it has to do with what we believe we are, what we believe we are. And what we believe is based on our life experiences. You know, if you take like a feral child, like abandoned in a warehouse with a bunch of feral dogs, the dogs don't eat it. The child starts to believe it's a dog, right? Based on the life experience it has, it starts to believe it's a dog, right? So we can choose a thought and try to implant it in our head over and over and over and over and over again until we just assume that thought, right, as a belief. But we have to gain life experience to change and alter our beliefs, right? So we can be something more than this heap of $10. You know what I'm saying? So, because all of the spiritual path, all of my joy in life is based on what I believe I am, who I identify as, who I identify as based on my beliefs, based on my life experiences, right? So if you believe you are your body, you know, you're not gonna have a lot of joy all of the time, right? Because when your body feels bad, the joy is gone. When it feels good, it's there. So, and this is life, right? But if I can be my spirit, if I can be my energy, or if I can be conscious awareness, or if I can be, you know, whatever else, then I can be shining all of the time. I don't need to spin around. I just am shining all of the time, right? Now, there's a point, everybody has to learn this in our journeys in life. One of the truths that we learn is that we've been taught and we have learned that our lights are outside of us. That's kind of one of the things that we learn. We have to learn that we are caretakers of this light, that we are safeguarders of this light, and it is inside of us. But as we grow up, you know, we learn that it's outside of us. When I get this object, it's going to allow my light to shine. When I get this person, it's going to allow my light to shine. When I get this much money, when I get this fame, when I get whatever, it's going to allow my light to shine. And then when it goes away, my light diminishes, right? So that's what, I mean, we all kind of learn that because these bodies, that's how they work, you see? So we have to learn at some point that we are the caretakers and safeguarders for our own light. See, we learn that. And when we learn that, we learn that, it's not outside of us. It's inside. See, it's inside. See, that's the realization of spirit, right? And residing in spirit, residing in conscious awareness, residing in the light more is going to allow us to shine our light out more. You see? So certain things in life are going to stop us from allowing our light to shine. Okay, so, you know, if you run away from discomfort, it doesn't allow your light to shine. I mean, I'm not saying that living in perpetual discomfort, perpetual darkness is the way either, because that's going to stop your light from shining. Eventually, it's going to snuff it out, right? But running away from that's not going to allow it to shine, right? Conversely, running towards pleasure seeking all of the time, that's going to snuff your light out. Because those are the dimensions of body, right? The dimension of spirit is to shine all the time. Like, so as a base level, it's good to live morally. It's good to live balanced. It's good to live in a way where you don't tip your scales so radically all the time. I'm not saying that it's bad to do that. I'm just saying that when you can get the body to a level of stillness, then you can make your light shine. Now, if we realize that our light is inside and nothing is outside, nothing outside gives us light, it's all inside. But we are safeguarders. We have to guard that. See, living morally, that helps us. There are going to be people and there are going to be situations and things out there that they don't know how, they haven't realized their own lights. And so they're going to want to take yours, but you have to safeguard yours, right? So if you're in a situation where something or someone or whatever is trying to steal your light, you have the power to change that situation. You have the power to remove yourself from the situation, right? There's going to be consequences because you engaged in the situation. So unengaging in the situation will create consequences, and that's karma. That's called karma, right? But your karma doesn't have to dictate your light. You accept and then you move on, right? But it's your light. It's your inborn right, right? So you need to safeguard it. You need to let it shine. And it's based on what you believe you are, based off of your life experiences, because your beliefs dictate are dictated by your life experiences. So if you are on this path, you're walking, you're growing, you're watching this video, you've made it 10 minutes, 11, 12 minutes, whatever, gain life experiences. Gain life experiences. You gain negative life experiences. Hopefully, they take you to the realization, oh, that I need to gain positive life experiences. You gain positive life experiences. Hopefully, they take you to the place where you realize, oh, I have a choice. I can shine even in darkness. I don't have to be dark when it's dark. Oh, these situations in my life are trying to rob me of my light. I'm gonna separate. Okay, see, so it's all a part of learning, and it's all based on who you believe you are. And you can be your form, you can be this body, or you can be your spirit. You can be energy. But if you haven't had a life experience to show you the two different dimensions, you might not understand that. You can understand it from an intellectual level, but the life experiences are so important because you have to see that for yourself so you can trick your mind into believing it, right? Like a thought by itself is not enough. The life experience needs to be there to validate the thought to make it a belief. Okay? The life experience needs to be there to give validation to the thought to make it a belief. So living, going out, having goals, doing things, you know, it's so important. Believing that you can and believing that you are more and wanting to be more is also so important. Because if you go out and you don't have any faith, because those things are faith, right? Then you might not go anywhere. You see. So, anyways, okay, I don't know. Hey, believe you are something better than the material that is going to die.